but it doesn't matter. Even if you start the thing, like how did they get into places? There's always somebody with a hidden camera or something. And I'm just told by my wife to fix the camera. That means fix the Canada, the Canada, like Camera. And Ithaca Mira, if you're a fan of Aquaman at all, or Abaddon, or whatever, Ahriman, Zoroastrianism, YouTube is doing me the favor now of letting me know when to start talking. So usually in a pre-roll, let me get into character. Hi, I'm Uncle Nate, the retired politician. And here's the thing about all sales. One, everyone, we all have a price because we all have a place in God's kingdom. Smokers too, man. You couldn't make this world work without smokers, because without smokers, how can you claim to be non-smokers? But aside from all that, as a salesman, you sell what you can make. Oh, no. You make what you can sell. In a certain part of New York, I was talking just casually to a group of people, and then they were giving their backstory. I'm a retired NYPD. I'm a retired FDNY. I'm a retired serial killer. I'm a retired criminal. And I told all of them, retirement is just a product. Retirement isn't real. It's like a social construct. You get paid to not show up to work. But if they need you, they're like, come to work. Can you come to work? We need a yes or a no. And those are called ultimatums. So what I sold to those guys, and they bought it because, why not? I said, just to fit in, I'm a retired politician. And I waited for a tackle. Let's get him. He's the guy that legislated all these nerfs to the NYPD, FDNY. But they looked at me as like, you're not American. I never will be. I'm naturalized. Those, like some people, you can tell they were born American for 10 fucking generations. And that's the guy I talked to. And some people are shy and bashful. Basically, one guy that I met there wasn't shy and bashful. He talks more than me. Around this guy, I just shut up and like, what's the new stories? And he knows everybody. He's probably what the equivalent of an American coyote. Basically, we're gonna escort you out of America, but it's just a job, and no personal feelings. I'm gonna take my time escorting you out of America. Before you go, see all the sights, and I'll be there. It doesn't matter if it's overtime or not, because he earns the fucking dollar. You know what I mean? Even I, a random stranger, was entertained by his stories. I had to break off with my wife because, I trust him with my back. I have to show him my back. You be there, and then let's see if you shoot me in the back. And he didn't. Now, do you know Antonio Banderas in the Losers or something? That guy was just shell-shocked all over. Marine PTSD, remembering all the people he served with, and that. He saw them die, and it's like, I want to remember how they lived, not how they died. Even the most mundane, boring things. So this guy is like, let me tell you, like I was talking about the actually effective anomaly. One, I'm not worthy to loosen the sandal and everything. He just came up to me, and instead of hitting me here, my normal control point, my elbow, if you ever meet me on the street and grab me here, I will be instantly made docile. It's like, well, I tried to block it and you grabbed me there. Obviously, you're a better fighter than me. And he didn't do that. He grabbed me up here on the left shoulder, the angel shoulder, or the demon. I don't know. If there was a demon here, he just went splat. And I was like, ah. And I leaned into the guy. Can you do that again? Oh, sure. He did it about 5 times, 7 times. I don't know. But far less than a trillion times. I figure if you have an exorcist who can squish 7 demons in front of you, and then they try again, that's their fault. It's like seeing a hawk. Hawk, hawk, hawk. This is just like General Hawk in a thing. If I was Beachhead and I was just yammering, and it's like, oh, you want to do motor mouth? Here's motor mouth. Yes, General, It was like a scene in G.I. Joe, just waiting at that lighthouse. It's just basically, I'm arguing with my wife, but with a smile, fake as all hell. But I'm still Beachhead. Flint, Duke, and General Hawk were there. And then they were looking around. There's a chain of command here, buddy. You're only 4th. And I'm like, okay. Even as fourth, I'm still effective. And let's see about that. And then General Hawk just, turned me off like a robot. Or just like Biff Tannen. Nobody else in his crew can turn on the car. You got to do it. Turning on a car is something, but if you have to do something special, my God. Anywho, you ever have a wife? Nah, you're all gay people and you don't have wives. But let's suppose you're a gay man and you have a wife, right? And she asks you, "Are you coming or not?" And it's like, my answer is what you said to all those people who invited you. If you said yes, then I said yes. Where else would I go? I'm going to go to the deep sea. Like, it's in the Bible. Wherever I go, God, you'll be there. Are you coming? No. I'm going to hide in another place. The only thing saving me is it's next Saturday. Today is not next Saturday. Ate is here just guide me. Thank you, Ate. It's like, don't spurg out. So anyway, that guy yesterday, 3 days ago or something, he has a female counterpart. Who could do that? Just like grab me here and you were touching me and you're not my wife, like that. You know, my wife will kill you, lady, like that. That's the thing you say. You're almost as violent as my wife. You might think you're hot shit. That's not your property. I am the private property of my wife. If the land could talk, it's like, hey, mister, don't dig in here. You know? But lucky you, other than a Buddhist, the land doesn't talk to you. The land talks to Buddhists all the time. You walk on top of me, not under me. Oh, okay. Even Buddhists follow all the rules, man. Although some don't follow the laws of gravity. Boing. Just wearing like, very, very, hey, somebody gave me a like. If you're watching through the other cameras, the NSA cameras, you know what I'm looking at. It's funny how you all pretend like, oh, we can only see you through this portal. My ass. Do you believe in only one camera? You go to a store, there's 5. Yeah? And the best part is Italian families. I can learn Italian. Barata pare. Come si dice? Molto bene. So there is a very famous person. Oh, I got the eye roll. And then the butt swish. Swish, swish, swish. When they wear it's basically like Donald Trump in South Park. Like, he's got a very tiny penis there. Come on, guy. You can't resist this. I can barely see it. If you need a lust lantern, clearly I'm it. Don't I inspire lust all over the world? Oh, you seem to have noticed my little badge. This is a lighthouse. Your move, You see that? Some of the guys, U.S. Lighthouse Service. U.S. Lighthouse Service. You see that? I'm very proud of it. I shined it up too. This is my second day wearing this quote-unquote badge. It's not like, where's the lighthouse? Over there. I can guard it from like 1,000,000,000,000 miles away. I just left some of my essence. Where were you? Part of my essence is at the lighthouse. Ask that guy. So anyway, today I had a cafe. It really should say Niger. If you're a fan of Raceland Niger at all, one, that's not how he pronounces it, and that's not how his enemies pronounce it. They call him that fuckface red mage or whatever, or the guy who beat me 5 trillion times. Who? Niger, you know what I'm talking about. Him, the human? Yeah, the guy who studied all that, sure. But he beat me, and therefore he's an asshole, like that. That's what McCafe is all about. This is him gloating. His colors are probably yellow and black. He's a black robes, was like, I never tried yellow robes. The yellow robes are the domain of the Forgotten King. And I remember the Forgotten King because it's contradictory. In fact, I could have been talking to the Forgotten King. I wrote a story, and usually it's like after the fact. Here I am just witnessing an event, and these are my impressions. what the Bible says about hell. Yeah. So all Americans, naturalized or even a birthright, are invited to live stream. I have a little bit of an advantage because I've had my phone drop into a toilet, and I'm not, that's never going to happen again, I hope. Every day I come up with new innovations to not do it. They advertise this as a waterproof case. You try to take a shower with this, and it's just not. Even my fellow Buddhists, we smoke a lot. If in As a Buddhist, my Buddhist side is like, well, I'm going to reincarnate anyway. Let's test all the smokes. But one thing I don't do in this litigious thing, where you could get arrested, tackled, and brutalized, is pull down pants. That's a big no-no. Even though I could, doesn't mean I should. Okay, people are just on their way to work, and it's very, the paperwork involved. I had to check for weapons down there. No, you really didn't. You just wanted to. You should be able to tell at a glance. There's no fucking. Yep, that's why everybody needs coffee. You can't be angry after a coffee. Even bad coffee is coffee. How are you going to be angry after a bad coffee? Try it, I dare you. Drink one bad coffee and be angry about it. You're going to be angry, I want to taste it some more. So it's not bad coffee, it's good coffee. You're lying to yourself. Unless you do a spit take, it's good coffee. I've had more than 5 sips of this thing, so it's good coffee. I know what bad coffee tastes like. If you swirled in some feces in here, yeah, I'd spit take it. And then I'd probably try to find you and burn you alive or something. How dare you put feces in my coffee? But aside from all that, here is the Fortitude Corner. Basically, if you're going to steal something that they have a lot of. Not the unique things, but like steal a napkin. Go to a coffee shop and steal a napkin. And then just try to feel like a criminal. I stole a napkin. It's free already, so, you're not really stealing. Or try to steal, and a lot of you steal from your mom's purse. Not nice. But then there's censure, if society says, you've never stolen from your mom? What are you, some sort of asshole? That's a question you can't answer. Because even the prophet Jonah was like, you see, I knew you're such a great, merciful God. You would forgive them. You just wasted my time. I've never seen a human prophet, even after he's always complaining. Jonah is. He just, you're virtue signaling God, and I knew you'd fucking forgive them. And it's like how my wife yells at me. It's like, I did all this for you. Yeah, but it's conditional. There's conditions attached to this. Isn't that no strings attached like Jesus? There's a condition. If you don't continue to pay attention to me, bad things will happen. And who said I wanted all good things to happen? That's my friend's building. He owns that. He put a big cross right here, and then he removed it. And look at that. All the way up, nice glass building. And I say friend because, what am I going to say? That's my arch enemy's building? Then why am I not destroying it? Obviously, if we're friends, I leave it up. Not that I could. It's just I can destroy a leaf. I can set that on fire. Minimal public damage. But some people just need reassurance. Yes, I said yes 1,000,000,000 times. You can stay on planet Earth. I have no problem with you at all. Enjoy, watch it. Some people might, I don't. They just need it. You need an expert to tell you it's okay to spend $93 trillion here instead of Chicago or Mecca. Enjoy yourself. Look at the girl. She's enjoying herself here. I wish I could enjoy myself like that. Instead, I'm working. The only thing I'm working as is a retired politician because an elderly white guy, MAGA supporter, Trump hat wearing guy is like, Oh, you're a retired politician. Well, I believe it. I was like, you sure? Yeah, I'm retired something. I'm a retired Marine. And he's retired NYPD, and that's retired FDNY. She's a retired murderer. And I was like, oh, okay, we're all retired here. Nobody claims politician. I'm the only one. You know? It's just like you go to a banquet, and then it's like, so I'm here to just do the janitor work. Janitor work? You're the guest of honor. What? I'm never the guest of honor. Are you broke? What's going on here? You need more money? I had to do dad stuff, you know? Dads always say, do you have enough money? More than me? Good. Your dad is the only guy happy that you have more money than him. Because it's like, when I'm weak, you're going to pay for all my expenses. Watch me try, Dad. Yeah? Watching your dad die of cancer or whatever, it sucks. All those years ago, in front of my mom, I saw that. My dad went to NYU hospital. He looked like he was dying. He's like, take care of all the PLMA business. Remember how to print. I was like, I'll try, you know. You know what's even better? I can actually make you immortal, and then you do it. That's a lot easier than handling all the PLMA business. All I have to do is learn black magic, you know? And I'll talk to the biggest black magic guy. Listen, you need help. You need an assistant guy. Just make sure me and my dad live forever. And if you want to help us, you know, that's good. I need my dad and my brother and my wife. You know, it's a package deal. Just like Mexicans or Ecuadorians. Let me get this straight, mister. You want me to refinish all that building as 93 floors and you're only going to pay me 50 cents? Fuck no. I need people. Say the same deal. So, like I said earlier in the stream, you make where you can sell. If one person, just one, and it's like a shot in the moon, it's like selling a brochure for $93,000, and he bought it, that means he's so fucking rich he doesn't even care about money. It's like, all I need to do is make one sale. This pamphlet, to you, I gave you the price, $93,000. All I have to do is earn it. Getting the call back for retired politician, he didn't even ask. You know why? The guy's a professional bodyguard. It's like, I do that kind of bodyguarding too all the time. Foreign celebrities, local politicians, federal politicians, it's all the same as a job. So you're retired, huh? And I told him, and he knows this, retirement is just something people tell you to give up, you know? So you should retire. Why? It's good for your health. Okay. It's not it's a healthcare issue. Anyway, I recommend, like, you know, I'm tempted to show you my humiliation ritual. I tried to join the ocean as, like, you know, just like Jar Jar Binks. He goes to Boss Nass, let me back into the water kingdom. No, Jar Jar. I'm glad I'm all alone here. And then, who are your guests? These are two the Jedi. They need to go to the top of the pool. Man, that guy Ahmed Best, I don't even know who voiced Jar Jar, but he knows awkward walking. You know what I mean? All I do is invite you people to, and quote, I'm sorry for using the word you people, but everybody in general, to just do the exact opposite. If you're quiet, talk. If you're like talkative, shut up. One of those is easier. Me, I shut up with coffee. It's hilarious to me when people try to live stream and talk while drinking a beverage. How are you going to do that? You got to have something pre-recorded. So here I am. You know, it's like I've been on vacation a lot. I vacation in the Philippines at Boracay, the nice sands there. But now it's filled with live streamers and tourists, you know, trying to get arrested, tackled to the ground. The only good place is New York. The place where is the headquarters of so-called evil. The only vacation you have is in New York or in Long Island, you know? And I brought back all these vacation materials. They have stacks of them that high, and nobody brings them home. So I took like 7, put it in my car, gonna give it out. I got one for Raptor Johnny. If he, like, you know, he was here on business for like, I don't know, a day or something. He did a tour of all the strip clubs, DJ'd a bit, and went home. broke his laptop. You know, that's the price of admission in New York. If you go to New York and nothing breaks, you didn't do anything there. You know, it's like they stole my camera. Well, you did something. They broke my laptop. Well, you did something. They killed my mother. Well, I did something. Pretty sure. You know, all those years ago, I called a bunch of police homosexuals, and then they told me that doesn't make sense. I have a wife and kids. You must be drunk. Nah, fuck the birds, man. I want to feed a hawk. You know, hawks are predators. I want to just like hold up a giant chunk of dead pigeon, and the hawk just takes it out of my hand. I got spoiled when I went on vacation 3 days ago. I was feeding the albatross, and you could feel their beaks. Like I gave them a piece of pizza from Little Caesars. They went like, "Poof," and I was like, good thing this pizza is this long. I can literally see, one, you could take my finger off. Two, you could take my eyes out and then throw it in my atom sample. Eagles the same, unless you're cool with them, you know? So I figure I can either kill a pigeon or become a pigeon. And I think for the hunters, just like the predator versus aliens, they like to win. I'm completely unarmed here. I put aside my blowtorch too. You know, I'm a little bit of a plumber. Yeah, by your half cousin. I feel like Thanos sometimes. I just killed an ant. I got pissed. You see this? I feed ants all these donuts and pastries, and then even the black ones bit me. Luckily, I put my protective thing, and my skin is tough, but it swelled up, something awful. I was like, I fucking fed you ants. I like in the Bible it says, consider the ant, you sluggard. I could have curb stomped a lot of ant hills. Instead, I taught them like how to make the internet. And then one of them didn't get the memo and bit me. So I don't feel bad about murdering foreign ants who aren't like us, who don't you can't even just like with people. You applied to be a judge, you downloaded the PDF, and then you tell people how easy it is to be a judge in Florida. They're like, yeah, maybe later. Sounds hard. And then like, judge, do me a favor. Nah, I can't prosecute my fellow judge. You need a special prosecutor to do that. I'm not one. Get immunity. You know what I mean? They're too lazy to download the PDF. You know how easy it is to get city jobs? You could be a felon at this moment. It's like, you promise to behave? Sure. I'll only felon when you tell me to. Okay, you got the job. Not all of them. The ones I adopted, they're good. Good ants. They sometimes come with me to work, but they don't bite me. Just like I feed the rats, and I trust them behind me. You hear like the leaves rustling. You better not fucking bite me. I feed you guys. And then they're very careful to not bite me. Rats. You know? And then I see rats where I live, and they go through holes in the building. I was like, oh shit, my poor neighbors. They don't know. You know what I mean? It's just insane. The ants are here illegal. The 10 ants are here. So, you're sounding like a landlord in Florida, which is more believable than judge. But since you claimed it, and 3 days ago, even in a vacation spot, it's like, you missed my little story, but there were at least 3 people. Yes, I am Frozen. Actually, my name is Nathan, not Frozen. So, Ooh. Was there a cat in there? I don't know. Oh, good. I got 3 legs. Sometimes judges are forbidden to hear testimony. There's something called a deposition, and I'll only hear relevant testimony. So that's why I was frozen. And then, judge didn't hear my story. The thing is like, the DOJ just shared a photo with me. It serves me right for subscribing to them. So basically, I'm like Joker in Arkham Asylum. I'm just waiting, playing cards, playing solitaire. And Batman comes in. Do you have anything to do with this, Joker? Nah, I'm just here, in New York City, outside the library, playing solitaire, mentally, drinking my coffee, smoking my cigarettes. How could I possibly committed a crime in Jupiter, for example? I'm in constant surveillance and there's nothing I can do. I'm the most harmless Filipino of all time. Even the professional security guy, he was like, "Hey, pal. Hey, buddy. You're here to protect me?" Yeah. You know? The way that guy talks, and then the way he said, Dawn said, the ants are all illegal. The ants are here illegally, he says. And I'm like, you know what ant is short for? It's a short for a name. Illegality is just like, irresponsibility. The ants are here irresponsibly. You just like find them. Don't bite me again. Look, I feed the fucking ants and they bite me. It's not a big deal to people with thick skin, like rhinos, but it's just emotionally. It's just like those SWAT guys. They have full armor, and an old lady picks up a water bottle and bangs them on the head. Now I got three guys on my side looking that way. You know? This is like palace guard shit. Four, actually. This is a four is all you need. You don't need more than four corners to make a fucking square. Oh, my square has 10 corners. You're a retard. A corner is 90 degrees. Even the mosquitoes is like, yeah, but he's right. So what was I ranting about? Basically, as a salesman, you make what you can sell. My only product right now is retired politician. I didn't give my name or my social security number or even my background because I know that guy knows it all. And he's vetting me as a client. Am I worthy of protection? He was protecting some Italian guy who's like very famous. You can just tell by how they stand. And I gave that guy tips too. If I can spot you as a famous Italian celebrity, your assassin's gonna kill you. Try to look a little bit less celebrity. Make a mistake or one or two. Order a gelato. Oops! Or play into the Italian stereotype. It's me, Mario. Do you have a gelato? And it's like, are you making fun of all Italians? Ah, man, you caught me. That guy was in danger too. I know, and I told him, thanks for all you do. I had a fictional imaginary best friend growing up, and then to punish him, they put him in your body. Even though you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I do. It's like, when I impersonated Robin Williams. I don't think they have a budget for me. I'm not in their budget. I do this to protect my wife, my family, and my country. Because I'm proud to be an American. At least I told the birds, if the Department of Justice has branded me as an animal abuser, stay the fuck away from me. But you know what they do? They just perch nearby. See that? Are you really an animal abuser? Fuck no. It's just labels. I've been called worse by better people. I told the guy, he's like, yeah, I'm a retired politician. He was so good, he ran with it. It's like, like I'm 63. Believe it? You 63? You look 45. See, I told you he's a retired politician. Flattering people. But honestly, that guy didn't even look 63. And the fire department guy didn't look 63. It's the eyes. When you smile and tell jokes all the time, you can't age. You're telling other people's stories. And then you got the twinkle. That twinkle in your eye makes you look young. The more you gather with your friends and tell stories, the younger you get. That's what happens. That's the true fountain of youth. Yeah, we spent 50 years trying to find the fountain of youth. Got a lot of stories about it. And your eyes just twinkle remembering all the people you met. That's the fountain of youth. Even me with my chinky eyes, I remember telling you this story because I went to a vacation spot and I had fun. I felt the danger and they could be the assassins sent to me. I made friends with them. Hello, my fellow assassins. How goes the contract on Donald Trump? Still failed? Okay. Well, he's unkillable. He paid extra to Satan, probably. I want immortality, the good kind. God damn it. That's why he's going to be a third-term president. You know? Some lady there was like, watching the lighthouse. Yeah, I just don't feel welcome in the city. And Jerry Seinfeld was like, you go on the island, and then you work in the city. So that's the difference between on and in. Like I would know. Jerry Seinfeld, Lloyd and Nicholas Lewis, all these rich people. You go on the island and you travel. It's about 5 knots that way. Uh-huh. What the fuck do I know about knots? I know about blocks. I know about corners. It's 20 blocks that way. In Jersey, it's about 2 miles down that way. But fucking knots? Do I look like a sailor to you? The only knots I know is garlic knots. Helpful people right there. You want to see? You want to see? The helpfulness, this is the kindness in New Yorkers. I'm telling you, you're like my wife. It's that way. You don't believe me? It's that way. I said it's that way. Women, right? You're lying to me. No. It's that way. I swear to God. My wife is like, are you coming? I said yes a trillion times. You said yes to all those people, and I'm going to say yes too. What am I going to do? Fight you? And now she's arguing, right? I was told it's that way. And the guy's like, listen, let me prove to you it's a left. Why would I lie to you? I have no reason to lie to you. But the woman is still incredulous. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure 1 + 1 is 2. It's not 4. It's that way. I'm not even involved in this conversation. I believe the guy. Yeah? It's like bro code. I'll back him. It's that way. You're going the wrong way, lady. How many Asians are here? There's not even even the Asian tourist is like, I'm not going to get involved in this. I get involved all the fucking time. Among Asians, I look Mexican. The only weird thing is among Muslims, I look Muslim. Watch out, lady. Don't get hurt. It's all of you versus all of them, but they're probably going to win. Those are cars. Maybe in your youth you were a looker, but, people get old. That guy reminds me of Captain America, too. Your crew needs a motor mouth, believe me, a narrator. And then Andy Dufresne, blah, blah, blah. As long as you keep a respectful distance away from them and you just talk to the air. What are you talking about? I'm just talking to the air, boss. Is it a crime to talk to the air? I'm talking to the NSA, the cameras, the DOJ. You want to talk to them? Nobody want to talk to the DOJ. Only me. It's like, teach me something. Like, very few people would follow them on Instagram. I just want to see all their successes, This literary character told me, there's no good guys. They're just like bad guys and tired bad guys. It's like, I'm sorry, bad guys. I can't do all the crime I used to do, so I just work on my good stuff now. And, very few people do the wolf whistle, hubba hubba. Is limited to looks because of sexual harassment charges. Shocker. So you need an idiot like me to do all that. Like, you're whistling at me? No, I'm whistling at the pigeon. I've learned to tone it down. There's certain trigger words around fathers. You don't want to say it. I just keep my mouth shut. In case of emergency only, though. Like if Foreskin walks by here, hey, Force. Yeah, you're going to fight him, aren't you? Oh, isn't that sweet? Oh. No. Look at that. Birds feeding. Hey, Tubby. Hey, that's not food. That's not food. That's a leaf. Wait for your mommy. So, it's like, reminds me of my mom and my brother. It's like, he's feeding my little brother, she is, and then I just come in, Mom, I'm hungry too. And then, focus the attention between the two children. and it's not very limited. You can't even tell who's the mother. Maybe that's the older brother. They're the same size. Yeah. I wish I brought my Ritz crackers. Actually, there's a lot more food over there. That. I hate it when they go right for me. You know? And I try to be unobtrusive. Like, there's people who have really hard jobs, and I honor them for it. Me, I can barely lift 500 pounds, you know? I can't lift a bus. I just observe, wow, that bus is real heavy. Lucky's the guy who can bench press that. Ain't me. You know? There's Anunnaki, too, and Nephilim and stuff. But their charge with God is like, try not to be 10 feet tall. Like a bear, you know? Those black bears and polar bears and brown bears, like 7 feet tall. They could probably maul through these barricades. Like New York City's first ever bear parade. Are you sure it's safe to get like 10,000 bears down Fifth Avenue? No, it's very dangerous. It's going to be the first and last bear parade, you know? And if you look at all the tourists, I mean, me, I want to say hubba hubba, you know, nice legs. Just kiss him already or something, but you can't get what you want, you know? It's amazing. Like in this society, you get respected if you are ruthless. I'm harmless, so I get, you know, I mean, I'd rather be ignored and not be known as the source of all this like stuff. You know, I'll deal with the fact that I'm last priority. That's what you're supposed to do. And then you can always rely on God to send protectors, especially from the foundation. It's like they have kill squads. It's like, when are you going to kill me? Later. You know, we got money in our pocket. Might go on a shopping spree. Okay, we'll have a great time. Glad somebody's getting paid around here. If I had a shopping spree, like let's say the foundation gave me a $93,000 max limit card, I'd probably get a flamethrower. You know, I just walk around New York with the flamethrower. Outside, you know? If they let me. Because some anomalies can only be contained by the flamethrower. You could go to Home Depot, get one of those butane. I'm clearing brush. And I'm also out of coffee. Which again, that's it. But all hail Cash App, man. It's just as good as cash. Even pizza places that say cash only, it's a Cash App. They got you there, you know. It's guaranteed by Sutton Bank, a bank in Ohio. And I tried to apply, and they said, we don't cover you in New York. I was like, how dare you? New York is a currency all over the world. You won't give me a credit card just because I don't live in Ohio? Bullshit. I'm going to move there then. I'm going to set up a corporation that lives there. And then my corporation will apply for a Sutton Bank card. And then I'm going to get $93,000. Make all your dreams big. I know at best I'll get 200 to 800, you know, as a small business. But I would like 93,000 to start. And you gotta have a business. In the exorcist business, why would you need money? You just use the power of Jesus to expel them. But then they could come back. So you gotta pay up regular, you know, so I make sure they don't come back. But these days I say, you come back all you like. It's like Mexicans. Yeah, thanks for the vacation, Trump. I'll be back in a week. My boss doesn't give me a vacation. Imagine, unpaid vacation. I have 20 minutes to myself with the guys. You know, if you don't like to hear me, just cover your ears. But some people are actually like to hear me. I'm looking at these three, which basically could be Bickle, Merritt, and Major General Michael Kino. I can imagine them just recounting. Remember when? Yeah, dude. I'm always the outsider, the vagabond. If this was Godlike Productions, that's Trinity. Those are the three Ziomods, and me, I'm just the user. And then there's the Hubba Hubba. Look at them legs. Yep, they work. You can't be seen. Like the people who are protecting, just like if you're a professional bodyguard, you can't be distracted by legs. But I'll do it as the dumb kid. Hey, mister, look at all those legs that work. They're glistening thighs. If they saw the bikini girls that I saw, you'd have to be gay not to look. But then you see the boyfriends first, too. It's like, am I ready to fight the boyfriends? I'm not. I'm a husband, I'm a responsible husband. Even though she hates me and wants me dead. That's when you know you made it. When your wife wants to kill you all the time, but you're the only target. It's like, better me than all of mankind. Just kill me and get it over with. I'm your husband. I'm a litter bug. I'm so lazy, I can't even. I don't have the endurance. You see these barricades? They're about 90 pounds each, times 10. There's a guy who's strong enough to just move it from one to the other. And nobody's helping him at all because we're not paid to help by the city. We're just visiting tourists. We're watching the things. I'm watching for magical attackers. You know? Me first. It would be very unusual if Raceland Megere walked by and said, "Excuse me, I want a cameo." Yeah, not today. Maybe he'll do a post-production. Here's me picking the nose of Raceland. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Yeah, he's invisible. Like those guys. It's like, here's a picture of my imaginary girlfriend. And then they just Photoshop it in. Isn't that sad? It's just a part of human life. I was that person. This lion doesn't even move at all. And that's what you want from a stone lion. This looks protective. It's not like people are throwing bottles at it. Believe me, I've seen so many bottles here, from tequila to Don Papa rum to Corona. You'd think this would be full of glass bottles. No. Hi. Wave back. Why won't you wave, you snobs? Hi, Mom. Come on, wave. Show you're friendly. I'm friendly, look. Camilla Tours, 570-751-0008. Affordable bus service, Abs of steel. Me, I got a belly, but if you look at all these people on the street in the Philippines, right? They're so enamored of gay men that even the homeless are just gay models and say, wear some dirt and then model these clothes. That's how we are in the Philippines. I'm looking at America right now. Everybody has like pretty good abs. Look like they can take 3 punches in the stomach. Me, even him, especially him. He looks like he trains getting punched in the stomach. Come on, hit me. Just like those before and after photos. You take a really fit guy and you say, here, eat all these foods and then drink some baking soda. It'll produce gas in your belly and you look like a fat slob. Woe to all who choose the after pic photo as the before. Hi, wave, come on, just once. Never. They don't fucking wave. Some of these newer birds do not care that you occupy space. They'll come at you like this. It's like, oh, you're here. And they veer off. Birds. Flies. Hey, asshole. There's so many mosquitoes, you can call them asshole. What are they going to do? Spit on you? In fact, I invite all of you to call your local mosquito an asshole. What are you going to do, asshole? Spit on me and eat me? Wait till I'm dead, mosquito. All these insects and roaches and caterpillars and fucking spiders can't wait to eat people. That's why we have exterminators. And these birds aren't even doing their job. Why don't you keep the insect population down? They're trying to kill me. That's a bird with an earring. Look. Just hanging around. Yeah, this is the safest. That looks like Ben Affleck. I swear to God. Or, what's his name? Like, who the hell is that guy? Doctor Strange guy? Ben Affleck or the Doctor Strange guy? I don't even know. Like, doesn't he look like it? He looks like a celeb. What's his name? Is that guy? The Doctor Strange guy with a mustache. What the fuck is his name? Oh, it's just like Willem Dafoe. He's the current bad guy. What the hell's his name? Dr. Stephen Strange. We all know him. Benedict Cumberbatch. Right, him. Yeah, that guy looked like Benedict Cumberbatch and Ben Affleck. Just because of the tallness factor. It's just like, maybe I look like Danny DeVito and Pat Morita. I don't know, because I'm short. I know I do look like Dustin Nguyen from 21 Jump Street. Not that anybody cares about that guy. Oh, he's married and has kids. Who cares? Once you're married and have kids, like, the people are more interested. So, do you have any sexy daughters? No, I don't. I sold them all to the devil. Good luck. Go fetch. Just lie. You said what, Daddy? I said I sold all of you to the devil. That's a good chance for you to run away from the house because someone's trying to rape you. Leave. I can't defend you. Find a boyfriend who can. You think I can defend daughters? Get out of the city, cousin. I think maybe I'm an ugly man, but I make a really good-looking woman. And so my daughter would be irresistible to all men, which is why she's unborn. You can't force a daughter to be born if her role is unborn daughter. That's how I outsmarted the devil. I'll pledge to you all of my unborn female children. Okay. When are they going to get born? You clearly don't understand the meaning of unborn. You just quibble on things. There's so many unborn birds. I don't claim them. They're not mine. You know? And, whoa, somebody's making eyes. There's always an unattached daughter. Like, how you doing? Yeah, I'm attractive. Sure. Always. It's like, you're taken? How long? How long have you been married? I'm here for fun, one night. No commitment, no strings. Ready to play and party. As always, somebody's going to ask, do you know where I can get some coke around here? Do I look like a dealer? Ask the black guys, please. Some of them, there's a question on X. What do you do when your niece looks at you like this? It's like, one, call the police. Your niece is hitting on you. I need experience in the sexual arts, uncle. Then call the fucking police, because I ain't gonna rape you. I'm gonna meet the police, and I'd rather be the one calling. My niece wants to get raped. She gave me this look while I was watching Frozen. And I was like, brother, your daughter just looked at me like this. Call the fucking police. They need to be like, hey, it's you. She has to tone that shit down. Like those smoky looks. Oops. She don't know how to tone it down. And here comes the competition right there. If you don't look, you're gay. He looked. Yeah. If you don't look at the cops, you're gay. Midtown South. Oh, there it is. Yep, clench a bit. Adjust the butt. There we go. It's okay to look. It's okay to look. I'm looking, so you should look too. Hey, how you doing? I'm whistling at you, not... You want food? I know a place where it has food. You like food? Oh, well. And whoa, the clothes are getting skimpier and exposed flesh. What is this, yoga week? Look at the birds. Love it. You are blessed by the Holy Spirit. Explore what's now at the library. Beautiful. Ah. That leaves nothing to the imagination. Dear God, what is that? A ballerina or something? Look, she's practicing ballet. You know how hard that is? I forget. Like, she's bar trained. Look at the toes. You know, the point. You have to balance your body weight on the toes. Don't look at the butt. The toes is the thing. The toes. Yeah. People. Oh, I was in the shot. I'm so sorry. You know? Look. Entire body weight. Let's say she weighs 130 or 110. That's still on your fragile toe that could snap like a carrot. The ligaments in your foot have to support that. Okay? I think it's like, I don't know what the technical term is, but it's like pointing. Something like that. It's 5 pounds of pressure on your fingers to snap like carrots. You do that on a toe, oh my goodness. You're going to the hospital unless you're specially trained. Dance or die. Hell yeah, that's the thing. You know, when you're doing coverage, it's like, don't get in the shot. Don't shoot yourself into a work. Because then, you know, you're going to ruin the shot. As a friendly, it's like friendly fire. Hey, you, the artillery shell is going to land. Move. It's like, yes, sir. Speaking of, there's a different kind of male ballet, whereas basically I am an obstacle. You gotta be kidding me. That's not a reward, is it? Hello, Cheddar. 1 chatter and only 3 likes. Shame on you. Shame. You Trump supporter? Why are you supporting Trump all day? Bad chatter. No donut. You may have all the pastries you want, but no donut. Especially that Boston cream, because that's a donut. You can have baklava, which is very good pastry, by the way. I know some people in my chat, or like, you know, just observing, we got him finally. Public recording. Yeah, the lady told me to move. She didn't call the police, did she? I hope she did. 911, what's your emergency? There's this guy recording in public.